What is going on, everybody? My name is Nathan, ELEMENTofFROST. Welcome back to yet another prediction video for this week's upcoming episode of The Walking Dead. This is The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 10, entitled Them. I'm very, very excited for this, guys, because this time we get to see the entire group. And that's basically revealed to us in some of the sneak peeks that we've actually got to see. So there's a sneak peek on Talking Dead. I'll try to find a link to it. And there was also a sneak peek just released on the AMC YouTube channel and also the website. So I will definitely link that in the description. And I'll try to find the one that was linked on Talking Dead. Episode 10 entitled Them. As you know, obviously, spoilers for previous episodes of The Walking Dead. I'll be going a little bit into detail, showing you guys and telling you guys, what happened a bit before so I can predict maybe what's going to happen, a little later on. So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty excited for this episode. Obviously there's this Sunday on AMC, on Sunday, February the 15th. The mid-season premiere just happened last Sunday, and, we suffered a loss, guys. If you haven't seen my episode review video for The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 9, what happened and what's going on, definitely check the link in the description. I will have a link there to my episode review video of that episode. It was a very good episode. I'll tell you that right off the bat. And we lost somebody beloved. And Tyrese is now gone. We lost Tyrese. Now, what this means for the show and like the future of the show, future episodes, stuff like that, can really only be good things. And I know what you guys are thinking. How can something good come out of Tyrese's death? Well, I'll tell you exactly how that can be done. But first, before we get into it, I'd like to tell you guys the synopsis of the upcoming episode 10, entitled Them. The synopsis goes as follows. It's on the AMC website, so I'm just reading it right off. Life on the road has left the group beaten and beleaguered. Will they be able to trudge along? Are they even the same pizza? I almost said pizza. People they once were. That's embarrassing. So yeah, are they even the same people they once were? Very, very good question. Referring back to the comic book, no, they're not. After the prison in the comic book, they lost a lot of their humanity until they got to a place called the Alexandria Safe Zone, which I believe we will be seeing soon. Not within the next few episodes, but I'd say probably near the end of Season 5. So I'm saying probably about Episode 13, maybe Episode 12, and if not Episode 12, 13, or 14, 15, 16. We're going to be seeing something like that very, very soon. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty fucking excited for it. So anyway, in this episode, we get to see in the sneak peeks that they're kind of walking down the road. Obviously, they already buried Tyrese at the end of last episode, everything like that. Sasha is heartbroken. She's walking alongside Michonne. They're having a talk. Sasha kind of wants to go off, not really on her own, but she sees walkers that are following their group, obviously behind them. And she wants to take this rage that she has out on those walkers. Those walkers are not really a danger to them right now. They're a ways back. They're not going to jump up and bite anybody or anything like that. And she just turns around and she just says, I can take them. I want to do this. I want to kill them. I just want to basically exact revenge. She doesn't outright say it. But that's what she wants. That's what she wants. She wants to just turn around and kill things for no reason. Just to get rid of her rage is what I'm guessing. And Michonne kind of tells her in this sneak peek, Tyrese, when Karen died, he was full of rage, okay? And she basically explains, I say, referring back to Season 4, I believe it was episode, let me think about this, episode 3, when they went off on their own to do the supply run at the veterinary college. Episode 3, that's when they went off, and I believe it was maybe episode 3 as well, because episode 4 was focused on Carol and Rick off doing their own thing. I believe it was episode 3 when they came across this place. They were looking for a vehicle to find their way back and everything like that, and Tyrese was still pissed. He just got done losing Karen and David. He wanted to go on the supply run to help Sasha because Sasha was sick. And he got stupid, really, you know what I mean? Like, he pulled the walker out of the bush, and I don't know if you guys remember this, hopefully you do. And the walker, toppled on top of him, and actually Michonne and Bob saved his life. So yeah, she basically explains to Sasha, rage was there in your brother, in Tyrese, and it made him stupid. And then she basically just says, stupid gets you killed. And that's exactly the quote she used back in Season 4 when she was talking to Tyrese, when he was full of rage and when he was full of anger and everything after he lost Karen. Now, he lost one person, you know what I mean? Obviously, he lost people before, but at this moment, he lost one person. But Sasha, on the other hand, she just recently lost Bob, and now she lost her brother. You know what I mean? She's denying it full and through that she's anything like her brother. You know, we're nothing alike. I can handle myself. You know, basically just talking out of her ass, really. You know, she wants to believe that she is different. You know, she's not full of rage. That she just wants to protect the group by killing the walkers, but there's absolutely no reason, and Michonne knows that, and she's trying to prove that to her. So, as far as the rest of the group goes, they're kind of just waltzing on down the road. Not exactly sure where they're going to. You know, we can assume they're maybe going to get some cars. They talked about it in the last episode. Rick and everybody talked about it. About getting to Washington anyways. You know, Eugene obviously lied about there being a cure, but they agreed, Michonne and Rick agreed and everything, that the best place for them to go, the best safety even possible, would be Washington. That's what they agreed on. And that's where I think they're going to be hitting next. But if everything goes according to the comic book, they're not going to make it to Washington. And that is because they're going to make it to a much, much safer place called the Alexandria Safe Zone. Now, I'm pretty excited for them to get there. The reason why I'm excited for them to get there is because that's where they're at right now in the comic book. You know, this is where they're kind of at. It's been about 5 to 6, actually even more than that now that I think about it. It was volume 13 when they arrived at Alexandria, and now they're on volume 23, and they're kind of still there. You know, this whole Negan storyline has been going ever since. Now they're heading into something different with the comic books. Spoilers, by the way. I'm sorry if I just, you know, fucked up anything. But nonetheless, that's where they're heading. Alexandria Safe Zone. On the way to Alexandria, in the TV show, I almost 100% guarantee you guys that they will run into Morgan and they will meet up. They will go to Alexandria together. Morgan is going to be a big part of the show. You know, obviously he's this character. He's a really great actor. He's this character that doesn't really appear too much on The Walking Dead, but he has been recently. You know, he's appeared twice so far in Season 5. One on the season premiere, and, you know, obviously when they left Terminus and everything like that, he was kind of following their trail. And once on the mid-season finale, when he arrived at the church, you know, he kind of looked at the map that said the world's going to need somebody like Rick Grimes, that was written by, you know, Abraham and everything like that. Anyways, what I'm leading up to is they're going to meet up, okay? It's sheer fact at this point. You know, their paths have to meet at some point. He's still tracking them. We know that for sure. Now, whether or not this is going to be in the next episode, I'm not sure. You know, there's got to be some intriguing element about it. I don't think we're going to actually have a character death next episode. I really don't see that happening. Not after Beth and Tyrese, obviously pretty much right next to each other. About 3 months apart, but, you know, in terms of episodes, literally right next to each other. I don't see it happening. You know, a character death. I don't see it happening probably for a while, actually. I'd say the rest of the season, they'll be pretty safe. Now, when Negan gets there, I'm not too sure. There is something that happens in the comic book that I'm a bit nervous about for the show. I don't know if they're going to go the same route as it or not, but anyways, I'm going to stop talking about the future of The Walking Dead Season 5 and talk about the now. What's going to happen in the next episode. What I think is going to happen in the next episode is that they're probably going to come across, you know, some places and try to loot and scavenge them and everything like that. Maybe near the end of the episode, they're going to see some sort of civilization. Maybe they're going to set up camp, and I'm guessing sometime soon, like I said, not sure if it's going to be next episode or the next episode after. It's sometime going to be soon, where a scouting person, I forget honestly his name at this point, that makes me very, very angry that I forget his name, but he comes across their group and he kind of scouts them out. You know, he's trying to see if they're ready to be brought in to Alexandria. You know, he's trying to see if they're a good group, if, you know, they work well together, whether or not they're bad, maybe they're bandits, you know, something like that. He's trying to scout them, basically, and they're going to come across that. Aaron, that is his name. I totally went blank there for a minute, but I definitely do remember it now. So anyways, I'm excited for when they kind of encounter Aaron, which, by the way, he's an openly gay character in the comic book. Whether or not they're going to, portray him like that in the show, who knows? Who knows? Who knows exactly? Anyways, like I said, I'm pretty excited because they encounter him first, like I said, scouting them, and they think he's a threat. You know what I mean? They think originally he's a threat to the group. Maybe he's one of the Terminans that were left alive. Maybe they're still following him, stuff like that. And they encounter him as a threat. The group has been through a lot of threats. There was the governor, there's Terminus, there's, multiple, just different threats. Shane, for example. I'm not sure if he was a really main villain, but, he was, I guess, the main antagonist of Season 2, I guess, if you want to, you can put it that way, obviously. Now, anyways, like I said, they encounter him as a threat at first, and they're not sure whether or not to trust him. And then, Aaron, which is hired by Douglas, which, by the way, the leader of Alexandria, which then later Rick takes over as leader because Douglas steps down, thinks he can't do as good a job as Rick could, and Rick takes over. Yeah. So they encounter him as a threat first, and then Aaron basically finds out, that they're a good group, everything like this, and he wants to take them in. He wants to. We'll probably get to see a few scenes of Alexandria at first, before Aaron takes them in, maybe of Aaron reporting back to Douglas or something like that, just saying that this is a good group. I'm just wondering if we can go out and get them in here, stuff like that. So I take it we're probably going to see a few clips, not like obviously an entire episode dedicated to it, or, we might actually see an entire episode dedicated to the people of Alexandria before our main group, Rick's group, get there. That would be kind of interesting. I would be down for seeing that totally, introducing a whole bunch of new characters before our characters get to encounter them. I think that would be a very good episode. No, like I said, obviously that's not next episode because obviously, The Walking Dead with, Rick's group and everybody, we've seen sneak peeks, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, I don't think next episode will actually happen like that. It might be near the end. I'm thinking Aaron will maybe appear somewhat. They'll set up camp or something on the road to Washington. They'll set up camp somewhere in the middle of the woods, maybe set up some tents, stuff like that. Obviously not like a fucking camping trip, they're not going to have marshmallows. But we have seen them in the woods before in the comic books, having sort of camping it out, you know what I mean? Like they're sort of camping it out. They're obviously, some person's on watch at all times, everything like this. They're being really, really safe about it. It's what they got to do. They can't just stay on the road constantly, 24 hours straight. It would be kind of impossible to do so. So I believe we're going to see them set up camp, sometimes, kind of like the church, but outside, rather. Anyways, I do think we're going to maybe see Aaron at the end of next episode. Whether or not that happens or not, it's just really hit or miss, you know what I mean? It's not going to happen, or, it might happen, who knows. It's going to happen sometime during the season, I can tell you that for sure, because I'm pretty excited about this, but at the same time, I'm saddened to see the beard go for Andrew Lincoln or Rick Grimes. I believe when he gets to Alexandria, whenever that is, like I said, I think it's going to be before the end episode of the season. They're going to be in Alexandria a little bit, and then maybe near the end of the season, they're going to have like a huge cliffhanger of someone banging outside their door, saying, which one of you pricks do I have to talk to? AKA Negan. Which I'm, again, really fucking excited for, but at the same time, scared out of my mind because of what might happen. I'm not going to spoil anything, but let's just say it happened in The Walking Dead Volume 18. I'll just leave it at that. You can look it up if you want to. Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. So yeah, next episode, I think it's going to be really, really, really good. I think it's going to be fast-paced. They're on the road. They have no shelter at all. They're an entire group. They're maybe going to have to take out some hordes, take out some, obviously, some zombies, clear a camp, make a camp, everything like this. I think it's going to be pretty hardcore survival next episode, They're on this really long journey towards Washington, and the synopsis says, are we even the same people that they once were? And I think the answer to that is no, not whatsoever. You know, before they were outside, uh, like but behind fences. You know what I mean? Now they're straight up outside. Nothing's protecting them whatsoever. They have to protect their own. They have to protect themselves. And I just don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. There's not really anything else to say what's going to happen. You know, we don't have any leads on Alexandria. We do know that they are going to Washington, but how are they going to get there? Are they going to get there on foot? I highly doubt it. They're probably going to walk a while, you know, set up some camps, stuff like that. You know, look for a vehicle. You know, of course, they're probably still quite far away from Washington. You know, they're in Virginia. But yeah, the synopsis is, will they be able to trudge along? I think the answer to that is definitely. You know, this is a group that never really gives up. You know, that never gives up hope. Never gives up anything, no matter how shitty times get. No matter how many people die. They just keep on trucking, basically. Yeah, that's basically it for my predictions for this upcoming episode of The Walking Dead. Like I said, most of my predictions in this episode are not really specific predictions to this episode, because there's not really much to predict about this upcoming episode. You know, it's entitled Them, which can reference, you know, the rest of the group that's left, you know, everybody that hasn't died yet. It's maybe just referencing that them, this group is a really, really strong group, maybe the strongest that the world has right now. You know, they're relying on each other, they're supporting each other, everything like this. It's kind of like, maybe like a legendary sort of group, I guess. You know, they could be kind of paying tribute to them, just saying that, you know, this group has survived through all this mess, and they just keep going. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, it's rare to see that, I guess. I'm trying to explain it in a way. But anyways, that's what I think is going to happen. Like I said, most of those predictions, you know, could go for next episode, but at the same time, they could go for future episodes of Season 5 as well. Like I said, general survival this next episode, I believe. Maybe until the end, like I said, maybe when we see Aaron. And then if we do see Aaron, or we see some sort of key of where they're hitting at the end of next episode, I can definitely make better predictions next week, which will be my predictions video for Season 5 of The Walking Dead, Episode 11. Not exactly sure what it's entitled yet. There's no wording on the title or anything like that. It's not listed on the site or anything. So I'm intrigued to see what it's going to be called. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, feel free to hit the video with a like, share it with your friends, time in the comment section below what else you guys want to see from me. And if you obviously tune into the episode this Sunday on AMC, definitely check back for my episode review video. I go over episode of The Walking Dead in detail, basically. You know, I give my opinions on what happened, everything like this, and it's one of my more popular videos. So I definitely recommend you guys check it out and subscribe if you haven't already. And I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.